Rin, what you doing?
Rin?
Lily perks her head, looking as if she's trying to focus on listening more keenly. It suddenly comes to me that I probably should interpret the scene for her. It's Rin Jizuka. I think her last name's Jizuka. From her school? She stiffens at the name and gives a complicated-looking expression, something like a forced fusion of a composed smile and a painful cringe.
Well, I understand.
I guess Lily knows Rin, too. Rin turns to look at us, looking terribly out of it. I'm not entirely sure if she recognizes either of us, or she doesn't acknowledge if she does. She looks like a zombie, or a statue. A statue of a zombie. But slowly, some symptoms of understanding seem to light in her dark eyes. This is something she must react to. Rin blinks once, very thoroughly. Oh, hey. There's an awkward pause. Everyone waiting for someone else to do something or say something. Oh, what you doing here so late? I was wondering about that myself, too, just now. Some people asked that just before. I assume they're wondering the same. I didn't know. They didn't know either. I asked. That's why I'm wondering. So that's pretty much it. It's a murder mystery without the murder. They were going that way. She turns, facing to her right, in order to demonstrate the direction the other people went to, as if that was important. It rotates back like a mechanical puppet in one of those overly complicated clockworks. For a person who gives an impression of being the quiet type, Rin really does use a lot of words to say things that don't need to be said. Unsure if she's finished, I say nothing. Neither does Lily, who seems equally robbed of words for a time being. I think both of us, in fact, are just scared that any response might provoke her to continue. Our stupefied lack of reaction doesn't faze Rin at all. She keeps looking at us, expectantly, a calm hint of expression on her blank face. She seems to be that kind of person, always so relaxed. As if bull elephant grad sedatives were flowing in her veins in the place of blood. Who thinks of that?
Excuse me, do you have amnesia? I don't recall you having anything of the sort, though.
No, I don't think it's that. The other passerby were probably just worried, though. You do look really lost. The way you're standing in the middle of the street and all. Oh, I see. Maybe I should have taken some kind of pose in that case. I pondered for a while whether I should chase this angle further or give up for the sake of my own sanity. I decided on the latter. It seems like most of the time it's better not to read too deeply into what Rin is babbling about. Talking with Rin is like playing chess with a supercomputer who does seemingly completely random moves as if to mock everything you know about chess. It's like that, except with human interaction. And even if I win, it feels like losing. Damn, it's just like Kenji said. Even when I win, I lose. Is this the power of the girls of Yumaku? I'm gonna punch Asayo. I push the thought aside as too dangerous to consider further. It's probably just Kenji's anti-female propaganda getting to me during a moment of weakness. Yeah, maybe taking another pose might work better. So, anyway, you really don't know what you're doing here? She frowns, looking extremely displeased at either my question, its consequences, or the answer she's about to give. I do have some idea. I can't really tell what kind of an idea.
Well, that sounds like progress, at least.
Lily sounds as if she's spotted an opening for some kind of discernibly normal conversation. I can't say I share her optimism, 'cause you're Hasayo and you're depressing. Yeah, there is some. Definitely. The rest will come later. I'm sure of it. I always have reasons. The ensuring silence kills Lily's hopes all too visibly. That didn't last long. Rin's, as far as I can tell on base, assurances aside, what should be done? We could just leave her to her own devices, whatever those are, but it's kind of late. I don't think we'll begin any thanks if Rin is found staying here in the middle of the night. Which she probably will, unless she manages to remember what she's doing here. As for me, trying to guess that might have been going on in her mind when she decided to embark on this adventure. The chances seem to be on par with winning lottery. Several times in a row. Lily's oddly quiet. I'd appreciate some support from the sidelines here, especially if she's more familiar with Rin than I am. It can't be helped. It seems her familiarity with Rin is exactly why she's staying subdued. So I assume you're going somewhere, not back to school. Any idea where? Her eyes widen in shock, and she jolts back in a somewhat artificial way, making it seem like an act rehearsed for situations like this. Are you a mind reader? Is that your disability? How unique. No, wait, what? Why would you think that? You knew what I was doing. I love that face. Just not a cage of guess. I mean, we walked the same street in the other direction just before to go to the store. If you were going to school, we would have met you on the other way. Oh. She looks a little disappointed. Like Kenji, RIN appears to jump to completely irrational conclusions. Maybe it's something in the water here. I make a mental note to stock up on soft drinks. That is not healthy. You know, there's a second time this week someone asked if I was a mind reader. Do I give off that impression? RIN shrugs her shoulders, which is all the answer I get. You know,
maybe you could come back to school with us.
Lily interjects just as I'm about to further debunk my alleged mind-reading capabilities. She sounds rather concerned, the paper-thin smile on her face badly disguising that fact. Maybe she came to the same conclusion as I did. For everyone's sake, I decided to let the mind-reading topic drop, as it's entirely inane anyway. That's a good thing, Isayo. Yeah, Lily's right. If you can't remember, there's no point staying here. RIN considers this rather simple deduction for a moment, then nods. Yeah, alright. We start towards the school again, having wasted more time than necessary with this episode. RIN walking along the edge of the sidewalk in her rhythmic way, looking like a mix of sleepwalker and rope dancer, while Lily keeps one hand on my shoulder, tapping at the ground with her cane. Tap, step, step, tap, tap, step, step, step. Apart from that, and a few fragmented beginnings of the conversation, it's quiet. A quiet quite apart from the relaxing one into town at that. How's the mural going? We're gonna get bad luck. Never talk about works in progress, please? Okay, thanks.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
Bad luck. Tap, step, tap, step. She doesn't care to talk about it. Lily's politeness feels out of place for the first time. Step, step, step. The hill Yamaki rests on top of is surprisingly steep, going uphill. We slow the pace, but I still feel my pulse rising, and breathing getting heavier. Almost there, I can see the gates already. More than that, though, I notice that Lily's hand slightly tightens on my shoulder. Interpreting it as a gesture that she wants to talk about something, I speak up. Is there anything wrong, Lily? I have just the urge to say, aside from our traveling companion, but only just. He's such a jerk! I can't handle jerks! For a moment, she seems to debate whether she would even bring it up, but goes for it anyway.
Is everything alright?
Alright? Like not left? How do you mean? The fact I can't interpret her incredibly vague question puts off for a second.
It's just, you seem unusually tired, I guess.
Now that she brings it up, I notice my breathing is strangely heavy. The uphill walk really done a job on me. Lily noticed it all too quickly. It's alright, I just need to catch my breath. My condition isn't the best these days.
Oh. Is it something that is related to you being transferred here? I mean...
She cuts herself off rather abruptly, maybe realizing she was a bit intrusive. Her instincts are sharp, though, and while I don't like the subject, it's not like I should lie about it. If it's Lily, I don't think I mind. Well, I'm just a little weak. It's okay.
Hanako said you look fairly healthy, so I naturally thought...
Lily doesn't finish her sentence again, letting it trail off with a measure of concern. As she furrows her brow, Lily's uncomfortable expression spurs me to say at least something to ease her feelings. It's surprising she's as flustered, considering her straightforward attitude with her own blindness. She must know that not all share her own comfort about these things. No, it's okay. Well, I have a pretty, I guess, I have a messed up heart. Arrhythmia. I have a bad heart attack a while ago because of it. I spent most of the spring in a hospital. Ended in Yamako on doctor's orders. She silently nods her head in acknowledgement. My answer, though, only seems to make Lily furrow her brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other that well. I can't really fault her for it, given I have the same exact reaction. While I do want to assuage her concern, I really don't want to dwell on this either. Don't worry about it. I try to offer a reassuring smile, but then I realize the futility. Without knowing this, Lily smiles at me reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. Arriving at the dorms, Rin stops in front of her mural as if lightning struck her. She'd been so quiet for almost all the walk back that I'd forgotten she was here. It's Friday, isn't it?
Yes. Friday the 8th of June.
This is bad.
Bad? Why?
I think I'm going to go in a fetal position and throw up, possibly in reverse order.
What? Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. It's Friday and nothing is wrong yet. The mural is going to need to be finished by Sunday, so everything's alright. Do you have any drugs? Or a time machine? This is not good. Not good. So she's behind her schedule. Recalling choosing exasperation at Rin's carefree attitude several days ago, I don't know what to think. She left herself open for a told you so unless she can pull off whatever she needs to pull off by Sunday. Rin keeps staring at her mural, looking as mortified as she can. Leave me. I'm going to need to work for a while. I glance at Lily, expecting her to share an incredulous look with me as I roll my eyes. But then I realize she's blind. Leave me. We do, of course, not wanting to aggravate her any more than she already is. It's a churning bad feeling in my gut. Rin sure has a knack of making people feel worried about her. She seems like a person who should never be left alone. Should we call someone? She sounded like she was going into shock.
I'm sure she'll be just fine. She's just, how do I say it?
Lily cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Rin crazy without calling her crazy. Unique?
Yes. A very unique person.
I guess you could say that. She giggles at the notion melodiously, nodding in agreement.
Sorry about leaving you stranded as you talked to her. I don't really understand her, so I keep my distance.
So my guess is right. Lily offers a slight, apologetic smile as if she was sorry that her own shortcomings have prevented her from becoming closer to Rin. I'm not one to blame her at all. Lily lets slip a long breath. Probably a disguised yawn. I imagine she's as exhausted by all this than I am.
I had better leave you now and give these a Hanako. Thank you for the company, Asayo.
She smiles very sweetly at me. It makes me have diabetes. I can't put my finger on what the difference is. She just seems different. Relaxed, I'd say, but that's probably just relief over getting rid of Rin. Maybe. Yeah, you say hi to Nako for me. Good night.
I will. Well, good night.
Fade to black,
and the heart comes in. It's so beautiful. Oh.
Okay, so our goal is either to bang Blondie or have a three-way with pink hair and blue hair. Believe, and we can do it!